Welcome to our podcast and videocast with Eagle women's basketball coach Wendy Schuller. It's brought to you by Cheney Federal Credit Union, serving their members' financial needs since 1951. All right, Coach, going back to Gonzaga. You've been in this coaching business for a long time, so you've won a few games like that, and you've lost a few games like that. But losing a game like that has to be getting kicked in the ribs.
Yep, and you had to kick me again and bring it up, didn't you? No, it's painful, more than anything, just because our kids fought so hard being down 10. I talked to them afterwards. A lot of times, teams will give up at that point, and we scratched and clawed and fought our way back and got some huge stops when we needed to, and so to have it right there and just let it slip through your hands is very painful, and it's going to sting for a long time.
So, the schedule is what it is. You don't know when you're going to lose a game like that. Does it better that you have a 9-day break between the games, or would you rather had a game maybe on Friday or Saturday to try to get this out of your system quicker?
I think it's probably good, actually, that we've had a little bit of a break because it was a blow. It took a couple days just to kind of get over that feeling more than anything. And then the biggest thing for us is we're really trying to use it as a learning experience. I think that everything happens for a reason, and like it or not, that half second happened the direction it did for a reason, and so hopefully we learn from it, and down the road we can apply it when it really, really matters in Big Sky play.
You talked a little bit about some of the things coming back from being behind in the second half. What were some of the other good things that you saw from your team in that game?
I think the biggest thing was just grit and heart. We were outsized by quite a bit at virtually every position. I mean, Lexi, who's 5'6", had a 6'1" and a half, 6'2" player on her, and our posts are going against giants inside, and I thought that their heart and determination and really just a team effort defensively. I mean, we were just covering for each other and flying around, and I know the rebounding wasn't always pretty, but it was us battling as hard as we could and coming up with the things that we were able to. And so I loved seeing that. And then I saw us, do a nice job executing some plays where we thought, hey, we can expose them here or there. And our players did a great job of executing and finishing. And it was a lot of fun. The fans were awesome. Eagle Nation was great. There was a point in the game where I don't know if they were looking at something on the monitor for the 100th time or if it was a timeout or what it was, but the GU fans are behind their bench and they start roaring, and I'm thinking, oh no, it's coming. They're trying to take this building over. And the next thing you know, across the way from me, that student section and the Eagle fans stood right up to them and just out yelled them. And I know that they were led by Vernon and a bunch of the football players, and I know there were teachers that had their students out of class at the game, and that was special. I mean, I think that moment, it really stood out to me, and I felt like our team fed off of that, and that's when we were a little bit down, and we said, nope, we're not going down, and we're going to keep fighting, and that meant a lot to us to have our fans do what they did.
All right, so a little bit of time away from basketball because of finals and so forth. What's the schedule for this week? Are you taking some time off early in the week, or are you going to practice early and give them time later? How does that work?
Well, we're actually giving them tomorrow off because I figure it's kind of that point where they need a little bit of a break and that chance to kind of do the last little bit of studying for stuff that I figured this weekend they took time to study for what's going on today and tomorrow, and so we'll get a little bit of time off and then kind of get back after it, and then we play Friday morning. So we're ready. We're ready.
Talk a little bit about St. Martin's. That's the next opponent on the 12th.
St. Martin's, he just does a great job there, and he's got Washington kids, and I think anytime you're playing, in-state players, there's always a little bit of a feeling like, hey, I want to show these guys, what I can do, and Tim does a great job. They're going to be a good basketball team. And again, this time of year, more than anything, we're focused on ourselves and doing what we need to do well. I think if we come out and we play with a lot of energy, we're a good basketball team. So that's what we're going to be trying to do. And hopefully all the school kids can kind of get us going and get us energized early on.
Does playing maybe Friday morning help keep a few more students around? Because hopefully a few of them will stay around for the football game on Saturday, and so maybe you'll get a little bit bigger crowd of students.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but I think that with football playing on Saturday, that there'll probably be some students. I don't know if the students would have stayed for just us, because I know that going home is a big deal. But I think with the football game, that there'll be some students around, and hopefully we can get some of them out of bed on Friday morning and get them at our place.
Kind of a special thing you're doing with elementary schools in the area on Friday.
Yeah, a lot of schools around the country are starting to do this in women's basketball. I think it's a nice opportunity to be able to partner with some local school districts to get some kids just on our campus, because I know that not all kids get that opportunity to think about, hey, I'm going to go to college someday, and so even if we just instill that in a few of them. I know admissions is doing a wonderful job working with the district and making it an educational opportunity and not just an opportunity to watch some basketball. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully it's a yearly tradition for us.
We're not going to have another one of these things until after the first of the year because of traveling for whether it's me or you. One or the other of us is going to be on the road for a while. So, every coach has their little coaching tree where their former assistants have kind of gone off and made their own programs. You have that coming up on Wednesday the 17th, University of Portland. Your former assistant, Cheryl Sorensen, is the head coach there. Another former assistant, Steve Lowe, is on her staff. And so kind of like old home week coming up here in another week or so.
It is. It's it's never an easy thing when you're playing branches of your tree, and it does make you feel old too, knowing that you've got that going on. But I'm extremely proud of Cheryl and know that she's going to do a great job at Portland. But next Wednesday, I won't feel terrible if I make her feel bad for a little while.
How good are they? I know you haven't really started a lot of preparation on them, but are they having a good year?
They've played an extremely tough schedule. They've played a bunch of Pac-12 teams, and I think that anytime you have a coaching change, you're kind of adapting to a new voice and a new leader and some of the new stuff that they're running and doing. And so I think that's taken a little bit of time. But she's got 4 seniors who are all really good players and then some young other kids that are filling some roles. And so I know that they're going to be good, and I know they're coming in. And anytime a game is, a little bit personal, players sense that, and they really step up for you. So I know that they're going to give us everything they got, and we've got to be ready to go.
And then after that, you get a trip to Florida to play in the University of Florida tournament against some good competition. We do. It's going to be a tough tournament. Anytime you go to an SEC building, you're going to face some athletes and some types of players that you're not normally used to seeing. But hopefully we can be focused and take care of business on the trip. Sometimes it's hard with teams because they're antsy, just like regular students are, to get home for Christmas and just have a few days. And hopefully we can bask in the sun a little bit and then get in the basketball gym and get after them. And my goal is to go win that tournament. And so we're going to have to play good basketball. And hopefully these next 3 games that we've got coming up will prepare us for that. Coach, we appreciate your time. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you after the New Year, and good luck in all your games coming up.
Thank you. Happy holidays and safe travels to you. I know you got a bunch of road trip going on.
Yes, as do you guys, because you have also Boise in there too, don't you? You go down there
on
the 14th?
Oh, killing me. Terrible job scheduling. We've got we leave about the time of kickoff on Saturday to head to Boise for an afternoon game on Sunday. So thankfully it's only a 45-minute flight where we'll miss probably about the first quarter and a half, and hopefully be able to pick it up with the Eags up about 3 touchdowns in the second, and we'll be able to rest easy in Boise.
Sounds good. We hope that's right. That's head coach Wendy Schuller in the women's basketball program, and our podcast here on GoEags.com, brought to you by Cheney Federal Credit Union.